Let's go over the weekly and daily report. And as I said, the weekly report is kind of a bigger version of the daily report, just a little bit more in-depth study during the weekend. The daily report, we get to skip a few things like the review and studying some of those larger trends. Let's go take a look and see how I'm going to be doing this for the project. To start off, the weekly report is going to be comprised of 4 steps: opening up shop, and that's pretty much anytime you work, you have to get, all your software open, get your office in order, and just get yourself in the right state of mind to work. Key thing here is obviously always starting one of these templates anytime I do one of these reports. And here in the report, this is where I can keep information as far as images and notes, and I have it broken down into the different areas with a summary at the end. So you want to review last week's activity and really set goals for next week. And if we look at the questions in the summary, the questions I want answered are: what happened in the markets last week? What happened in the account last week? And what were the key lessons you learned last week? The weekly goals, just set some weekly goals, and then we move into a market study. And on the market study in the template, there's an area with places that I can put images of charts as well as all the notes. I'm going to look at the S&P, the indexes, sectors, futures, news econ, come up with a market view, and then summarize everything. Now, in the market study, again, the key thing here is looking at what's going on with the S&P. How does that relate to the other indexes? How does that relate to the other sectors and futures? The market view, I really want to answer the question of, hey, what technical situations are you watching and what price areas are you watching? The final step is to make a list of the different stocks you're reviewing, and that is the final section here on the template. The big thing here is to review your stocks and just kind of explain what you see happening with each of your individual stocks. There'll be more of a detailed description of that on your trade report. Now, the daily report, again, is just a slimmed down version. You can see there's only 3 blocks here, where if we hop back to the weekly, you can see there's 4 of them. And the one that's missing is the review. We don't need to review things on a daily basis, but we do want to do reviews on larger term reports. So here we're going to go through basically everything's the same. We just do not do the review, and we do not do a study of the larger time frames like weekly charts. But besides that, everything's the same, and the template is just laid out the same without the review up top. So you're just doing the market study and the stocks to watch, or whatever stocks you're watching. The final one is the trade report. And really here at the start, it's just kind of the stocks you're watching report, but later on it's going to be called the trade report, so I'll just keep it as it is. Here, what we're going to do is we've got 3 steps. Same thing, we have our routine over here and the questions over here along with a template. The first is to kind of do a stock preview, draw on the charts, keep notes on what you're seeing, and kind of do a little research by checking some news. Where did you find this stock? What are the main reasons you picked this stock to watch it? And what do you think it's going to do as far as direction? Which direction do you think it's going to go? And again, you'll want to put an image here and any notes you have, and then summarize by answering those questions. Now, each day you want to just kind of watch it and observe what kind of action is happening and explain why you think something may or may not happen. What's currently happening. Do you still think it's going to move in the same direction? Why do you think that's the case? Each day you just want to make a note about what you see and what kind of observations you're making. And then at the end, we'll do a review and basically say, hey, what ended up happening and what lessons can I learn from this? So walk through the stock. Did it end up doing what you thought it was going to do? Why do you think that's the case? And what were the main lessons? Those are the starting reports, and as I said, they will become more complicated later, but this is what I'm going to use just to get up and starting.